What's up guys? So it's finally here. This is the PlayStation Portal. Now when Sony first announced the Portal, I was absolutely stoked on testing this thing out. After the PS Vita, this is the closest thing to a Sony handheld we have seen so far. But make no mistake about it, this device is basically a dedicated remote player for your PS5, period. That is it. That is what it does predominantly. So you can play your PS5 games remotely from anywhere as long as you have an internet connection. So you don't have to be on the same Wi-Fi connection in order to connect to your PlayStation 5. So you could be out and about with your phone and the PlayStation Portal. You can connect to a hotspot, 5G hotspot from your phone, and you'll be able to connect to your PlayStation 5 at home. So true remote play from anywhere. Now, if you don't have a PlayStation 5, then this thing is basically useless. You can't game stream from any other platform. There is no App Store and there is no Android built in. And you might be thinking, what is the point buying this, as remote play is already available free on your smartphones? So why pay $199 for the PlayStation Portal? Well, I bought this to experience it, to find out exactly what Sony had in mind. So this is basically a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller split in half, with all the bells and whistles included. So you still get all those amazing haptics and the advanced adaptive triggers. So that alone is game changing for me. No other streaming handheld offers the original PlayStation 5 DualSense haptics. So yeah, this already feels amazing. So the same DualSense control experience with a large 8-inch LCD display sandwich in between. Now, I was a bit apprehensive about the LCD aspect of things, especially when us gamers are hungry for OLED screens. So I thought LCD might be a step backwards, and the resolution is 1080p at 60Hz, which is okay considering this is a remote streaming player. However, after testing the PlayStation Portal for myself, I think the colors and contrasts are very good. The screen is bright and clear. I've also tested this outdoors and the screen is bright enough for outdoor use, maybe not in direct sunlight, but generally good for playing on the go. And when you swipe from the side of the screen, you do have brightness control, so you can access that at any point. You've got your settings. You can even adjust the brightness of the light bar. So you've got a light bar on either side of the controller, which is quite neat. And you can adjust the brightness of the mute switch itself, and the mute switch is right there. So the control layouts are nearly the same as a DualSense PS5 controller. So we've got D-pad, 2 joysticks, clickable. You've got your PS button on the left here, as opposed to in the center. You've got your share button on the left. You've got your start button, and your microphone mute button is right there. You've got X, circle, triangle, and square. On top, you've got your L1, L2, R1, R2 adaptive triggers. We've got volume rocker, speaker grill, another speaker grill, and then we have a power button. There is a microphone on top as well, and you can see it says Sony. At the bottom, we've got another microphone at the bottom of the screen, and we have a Type-C charging port and a headphone jack. It is also a touchscreen, and if you're wondering where the touchpads are, they're right there. So you still got access to touchpads, but it takes some time getting used to them. But nevertheless, you're getting the same quality experience that you get from a DualSense PlayStation 5 controller. So I can certainly confirm that after long gaming sessions, this is comfortable to hold and it does not cause any discomfort to your wrist or hands. And once connected to your PlayStation 5, you have access to all your PlayStation 5 menus and features and settings, but you can only play games that are stored locally on your PlayStation 5. You're not going to be able to go into your PlayStation Plus premium subscription and game stream from there. That is not compatible. You're also not going to be able to go into the media section and try playing YouTube videos. If you do try, it will just give you that message in the middle. So media playback is also blocked. So all the local games installed on your PlayStation 5, they are the ones that you will be able to play via remote play. Now, I've used remote play on all sorts of devices. I've used it on PC, Mac. I've used a number of handhelds. Nothing comes close to this one. This is the best remote play experience I have ever had with my PlayStation 5. It feels so immersive. It gives you the best of both worlds, so a full DualSense controller experience with a beautiful large display in the center. It's not that heavy, it's actually pretty compact, and all the extras are included in the controller, so the haptics and the adaptive triggers really gives you an immersive experience, especially in a portable form factor. Okay, so now I'm going to connect to my iPhone 14 Pro hotspot. So I've just created that from my phone. Let's connect. So as you can see, I have now connected to my iPhone 14 Pro. That is a 5G hotspot. All right, let's now activate remote play. So hit X to connect. So let's see if we can actually connect to the PlayStation 5 using a data connection. All right, it's connected. So let's play a game like Call of Duty and see if it works over 5G hotspot. So I am surprised we are playing this over 5G, and it's actually not bad, as you can see. Just gave away my location by doing that, but you can see it's working fine. So I could be anywhere. I could be at work, could be commuting, and I could play my PlayStation 5 games. So competitive multiplayer games can be played, guys. He tried to flank me. So to sum this one up, I want to give you my pros and cons so you know exactly what I think of this one. So pros: decent large display, touchscreen display, quite responsive. You've got a great quality DualSense controller. It gives you exactly the same feel as a regular PlayStation 5 controller. So I really love what PlayStation has done with the design. Now, surprisingly enough, the sound quality is also really good. The speaker grills are at the top, so you do have dual speakers, and it's loud, clear, and good quality. Also, the major plus point of this product is the fact that it works from anywhere, including 5G hotspots. You could be sitting in Starbucks, you could be in the airport, you can connect to the airport Wi-Fi and you can just start playing your PlayStation 5. So the versatility is brilliant. Connecting is really easy. Let me disconnect just to show you how easy it is to connect. So when you press the power button, it just goes into standby. If you press it again, you have to unlock by pressing the PlayStation button. Tap reconnect and watch how quickly this connects. And I love that effect, that circular effect. And there you go. And that looks impressive. It looks really good. Connects really quickly, especially if you're in the same Wi-Fi connection. But if you're out and about on 5G, it also works pretty well. Now, there are some cons to consider. Some of them are obvious. I do need to mention them. Now, there is no built-in Bluetooth, so you can't use your own Bluetooth earbuds. This was a mistake by Sony. I guess they want you to use their special £200 earbuds, the ones that are the same price as the PlayStation Portal. This should have had Bluetooth. Now, media streaming is disabled, so you can't go into media and start playing Netflix or YouTube, which again is such a wasted opportunity. They've actually blocked this feature. It would have been really nice to watch YouTube videos and Netflix on the go on this unit. Touchpads, the touch controls, are a little bit awkward and they do take some time getting used to. Now, another disappointing con is if you're on a PlayStation Plus premium membership, you're supposed to be able to stream a whole catalogue of games, but unfortunately you won't be able to do that on this remote player. That feature is blocked, so you can't stream your PlayStation Plus collection games. So you can only play the games that you have already installed on your PS5. Now, this has 5 GHz Wi-Fi for a brand new device launching at the end of 2023, going on to 2024. You would expect Wi-Fi 6 as a minimum, especially for a handheld that relies on the internet for game streaming. So yeah, Wi-Fi 6 should have been standard. I'm not saying that game streaming is impossible with 5 GHz Wi-Fi. Game streaming is actually pretty good. You can see it looks really good. I'm hardly getting any sort of lag when I'm playing, especially when I'm playing locally on the same Wi-Fi. And the final con, which is a really annoying one, is slow charging. Now, in the box, you only get a Type-C to Type-C cable, so there's no power supply included, but it takes 2 hours to charge this thing. Now, battery life, this will last around 4.5 hours with the brightness set to full. If you turn that brightness about halfway, you can see the screen is still very visible, but then you can squeeze another 2 hours out of it, so you can take that to 6 hours. So battery life, 4 to 6 hours, but 2 hours to fully charge the thing. I think this thing deserved fast charging technology. Imagine charging this up within 1 hour or less. That would have been really, really useful. But the real question that I'm asking myself after using this for a few days, am I keeping this or returning it? Well, just to let you know, I'm actually keeping this. I really enjoyed playing my PlayStation 5 games on the PS Portal, and for me it's very useful, especially when the main TV is being occupied. It's easy to switch screens from big screen to Portal screen. Just press one button and continue playing. I think I would really like a docking station for this. It would be nice to just dock this. I don't see no pogo pin connection at the bottom, so if a docking station does be introduced, it's gonna have to be a Type-C docking station, a bit like the Nintendo Switch. And another thing that I definitely need is a carry case. Considering I'm keeping this thing, I'm going to be commuting with it, and I wouldn't like to just pop this in my bag as it is. If any of you can recommend a decent carry case for this, do share the links in the description box. So that sums up my quick overview of the PlayStation Portal. There's not a lot to talk about. It basically lets you stream your PlayStation 5 games via remote play. The controller is self-explanatory, DualSense PS5 controller, 8-inch Full HD LCD display at 60 Hz. That is pretty much it. It works really well. If you guys have any questions or anything you want me to test, do let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and sub. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.